God. So there's some things that I'm going to go back and forth. So I have no real, I do have a format, and my husband said this to me. My husband said, you know, God always change what he's going to do. So I want to give you a lot of information. So I do hope you guys are writing, recording, listening. I do pray that you pass this information even to your family. I know at work I don't have to ask anybody. As a financial expert, that is my job. I work for, I'm a consultant for the government, and that is what I get paid to do. Amen. I get paid to help very rich people. Yes. Did everybody hear that? Amen. I get paid to help very rich people to get richer. Amen. And so one of the reasons why people don't really understand why I'm so adamant of teaching God's people about finances is because the Lord chided me. When you go and you hit the glass ceiling, and I hit it so many times in corporate, the Lord told me, he said, Bridget, go back to Nineveh. He said, go back to your own people. And so a lot of times we get things and we don't want to help. I know y'all not like that, but it's a lot of people like that. They don't want to help you. They don't want to help you get out of debt. They don't want to help you get out of anything, because a lot of times they have the tools that's needed to help you. Amen. And so I want to give you the tools to help you. I pray that this helps you. Amen. Help you not only discover what God is saying, but I do pray that it help you get you what you need, because this is what the Lord showed me. The wealth transfer is already here, but it's not going to automatically come upon you. Did everybody hear that?
Yes. Amen.
Churches are going to close down. Businesses are going to close down. Banks are going to close down. Jobs are going to close down. Unless they get a bailout, they won't be able to stay open. But I do know what's not bankrupt, and I do know the system of God is not bankrupt. But I want to give people principles, because unless you have these principles, the wealth transfer is already here. And so in the spirit, Elizabeth, the Lord has shown me, and sometimes I'm really hurt because I be wanting everybody to get it. And everybody he showed me is not going to get it. But see, what happens is when you got one side going to be bankrupt and the other side going to have plenty, it's going to stir a lot of jealousy. And it's going to stir a lot of envy. But what it is going to do is run people not to God. It's going to run people away from God. And anytime the enemy runs you away from God, where's the next step? If you don't come back, you just going to hell. And I don't want people to go to hell. Amen. So this is something that I'm not going to go into my book yet, but I want you guys to write these things down, because this is important. I know a lot of times I don't know if you guys doing it. I know if you guys not doing it, because the Lord has shown me, Elizabeth, I'm calling your name for a reason. You get it now? You still ain't got it? No, I feel you. So you really either need to come up here, come over there, come somewhere, so I can help you. Amen. That's what I'm here to do. You're pulling on my heartstrings. I hear you crying in the spirit. I know it. That's why I need you to get it. That's okay. I wanted you to cry closer to me. Okay.
Thank you, Lord.
I don't want anything to contaminate. Amen. So you're going to be okay. This is what I need everybody to hear, which is crucial. So what happened is, I know that you guys, I don't want you guys to panic. Thank you, Deacon. I don't want you guys to panic of what's happening, but I need you guys to be informed. So I need everybody to do this. And I already know, the Lord, he'll tell me, let me tell you, I already know who's not going to do it, and I know who is, but you're going to thank me for doing it. Everybody needs to get some kind of prepaid card. Everybody. Did everybody hear that? You're going to thank me later. And then with these principles, I want you guys to share with your family just how you know. I need you guys to do this. And some of you guys, you're not going to do it, you know what, but then when it happened, So here's the fallacy. So you can get a prepaid, you can go to Walmart, you can go to you can order online, you ain't even got to go. This is why you need a prepaid card. Because while the government and coronavirus, here's the bank. So the banks won't tell you, but a lot of the banks are closed in the evening. So nobody's really monitoring the fraud or your money. I need y'all to hear me. Yes. I need y'all to hear me. I called, so this is what happened. Because of all of these stores are closing, and because all of the, what do you call it, restaurants are closing, you know what's distinctively happening. So when you can't go in. Right. Now they're going to make it where you can't go in, so you got to give them, when you're ordering food, you got to give them all of your information from your banking card. Yes. I don't want anybody to give your primary information to nobody. Right. Not in this hour. It's sensitive. I want everybody to get, or if you have your primary money on one card, you're going to thank me later, start spreading it out. And you're going to thank me. So if you don't have a whole lot of money, even though this didn't affect me, but the Lord said, I want you to warn anybody that will listen. Get yourself a prepaid card. If you don't know how to get it, I'll help you. Here is the fallacy. Because they won't tell you, the banks are closed in the evening. So the banks are not open. So what they do is they'll put you on hold and tell you that you're on a long hold. You're not on a long hold. They are closed. So Chase had over 200 branches that are closed. And only a few of them are open. So that means they do have, Chase have at home, you know, where they monitor your accounts at home. But here it is. It's going to be in the next 14 weeks, it's going to be a whole bunch of fraud. So if they do take large sums of money, one of the good things to do is get the Cash App card. Go ahead and get it. It's a burner card. Use it. Monitor it. Put $50 on there. Sometimes put 70, put 100. But don't use if anything is on auto pay, take it off for this season. Just take it off for the season. You're going to thank me. And just tell them you'll put it back on. Did everybody understand that? Yes. You can ask me questions. Remember? Yes. What do you mean by auto pay? Auto pay is people have stuff directly coming out of your account. Because of the banks are not really open, a lot of them going to close, a lot of them you won't be able to go in. So there's nobody you're going to be able to call in the next couple. It's already like that now. But in the next couple of weeks, you're not going to be able to call and get a representative if somebody committed fraud against your account. So if you good and you got good, then you don't need to listen. But if you ain't got no whole lot of money and you can't afford for them to take $20, you need to listen.
Yes, amen.
So here it is. Go ahead.
What about direct deposit?
Well, direct deposit, that's cool. You don't want to change that. I'm just saying stuff that automatically come out. Everybody needs to use a burner card to pay for everything in this season for the next 14 weeks. When something changes, I'm always going to tell you when something changes. But here it is. Because the banks are closed, if you call at night and you want to get fees for something, they're not there. They'll tell you to due to the coronavirus. And now if you want to go into the bank, right now you can go in, but some of the banks you cannot go into. You got to go online and set up an appointment. You can't just go to the door and say, hey, I got an appointment. It ain't finna happen, Captain. I need y'all to hear me. Yes. Okay, Holy Spirit. I don't know. Somebody not. Come on now. You got to hear me. My husband, I'm the highest paid government official. I know.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying when you get the prepaid card, which I did get a cash app card for something, but how do you load cash? Do you take money out and then? Or
Yeah, you just take money out of your account and load it.
Okay.
I'll show you how.
Okay.
It's really important, even if you're buying stuff from Amazon, if you're buying anything, do not use your primary card. Transfer that money on a burner card. Don't go to the restaurants, because what they're doing is these restaurant workers and these workers are so desperate that they writing your card number down.
Yes.
And they're using your card. So I know yesterday, was it yesterday? The other day, Friday, somebody went to field day on my card. They bought liquor from New York.
Wow.
They bought something from another place. They just went on to town. So there's nobody at the bank to reverse it.
Right.
So I don't want you guys to lose y'all money.
Amen.
Should we, credit cards too, just stop using those? And just
You know what? Unless you got a credit card that you ain't worried about. Because remember, when you start calling these corporations, ain't nobody gonna be available. So you gotta be smart in this hour. If you need to use a credit card, use a burner card. Don't use nothing that you ain't worried. Because when they do, if it's compromised and they do send you one out, now this is another thing. You got people watching your mail.
Yeah. They just
People-
stole something from me again.
They just, okay.
I was waiting on a package.
They getting very desperate because they know in the next 14 weeks it's gonna be worse.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I was in 7-Eleven the other day, and the lady said she left her card, and she said that somebody took that card and went online and ordered a whole lot of stuff. I said, how did they do that? I didn't.
It's easy. And so now, because the banks are insured, they getting worried because of all of this fraud. So some of them, they not gonna reverse.
Yes.
I'm just being honest.
Yes.
I don't want nobody to lose nothing.
Amen.
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 You guys understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can ask me questions. You're not, we gonna eat, we gonna get out of here, but I gotta be.
Okay, so I have a cash out card, right? But I have several other prepaid cards, but they're linked to my my bank account, but they're not where you can go into my cash out card and get
Okay.
money from there. But how I do it is I can, when I can put money from my bank onto my card automatically, but it won't go back. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
won't
I know.
reverse.
I know.
So it's only one way you can
Right.
do it. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
That's okay.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, that's okay. You gotta be real careful because, so this enemy, he knows because the wealth transfer coming, he's doing everything that he can do with your money, with your mind, and your mentality.
Yes.
The three things he hitting like crazy.
Yes.
So these are the things that I want you to protect. Here's another thing which is important. If you do need a card, remember, they're not going to send you a card out for 14 days.
Right.
So because a lot of these stores they not getting deliveries, it's no point in buying food if people not coming in. You got to make sure that you have enough on a burner card or enough on your credit cards to get what you need. But don't use all of them. Be disciplined. As a matter of fact, if you're walking around with credit cards and debit cards and all of that, put all of that stuff up, because now the thieves have, you can order it on Amazon. They have a scanner, and they have a scanner in their pocket, and it can be in your purse. People tell you put aluminum foil. That's not true. They still can get it. As a matter of fact, when you frequent some stores like Walmart is one of the greatest targets. They finna hit Walmarts like crazy. When you go on Walmart, leave all your credit cards at home. As a matter of fact, go to your bank, and if you can use cash, you go get $100. If you got a safe, go put $200 in your safe and start using cash.
is the net spend debit, Visa debit card okay? Cause you
Yeah.
can only use what's on there.
Exactly, and when ain't nothing on there,
They can't do nothing.
so that spend debit is good.
Somebody, but I wanna say, they had to send me another card because somebody was fraudulently trying to do something on my card.
They did it on Tony's card.
They did, and they canceled the
They
card.
got his rent money, that's what I'm trying to
They
tell
canceled
you.
the
This
card.
ain't no punk.
Yeah. Oh,
This
wow.
ain't no play stuff.
Wow.
Because the enemy is very mad. He thought the corona was going to stop the wealth transfer. Nothing stops God.
Right.
So now he said, I'll affect the three things that God is targeting. That's what he affected. Money, mentality, and your mindset. More people are going to go crazy.
I would like to share something. This happened to me, what you just said.
Yes, ma'am.
The other day, I made a payment to a bank through my bank. And 2 days later, I was checking my account to see if that had cleared. And the money had disappeared from my account, but there was no way for me to track why the money wasn't there. And so I called the representative, and for the first time, they never asked for your whole ID number or your whole social security number. And he was like insistent, you need to give me your whole number. It's like, no.
They don't ask you for your
Can't
whole
do
number.
that. So it was, the first thing was I didn't have any way of knowing why my money wasn't there because the transaction I made should have shown the balance between the check I wrote, but it wasn't there. That was like the first time that ever happened to me.
A lot of things,
Two
that's
banks.
a lot of things that's going to get real serious. Here's another thing that I want you guys to be careful of. I'm going to say this again because this is the point of God. Anything he brings, I'm going to re-say it. This is very important. You got to make sure that you are not carrying your debit cards around, your credit cards, all you need, because remember now they have scanners for $15, and now because they desperate, all you need, if you want to purchase something, just get $20 out, $30 out. Even when you go to the grocery store, if you can avoid using your cards, avoid them as much as possible.
Should we start using like the curbside services then? Don't go in the store and just have them delivered to your car?
Yeah, well, they doing that now, but here it is. When they ask, because you can't come in, they asking you for your card over the phone. And when you give them your card over the phone, they writing it down.
Right, no, I'm talking about the one you do online because you see
Yeah.
Walmart and who else? I think Sam's and a few other stores have it where you can go online and they only ask you for your last 4 digits and then they'll deliver it roll curbside.
That's good, but now they're gonna do curbside where they still gonna need, sometimes what they're gonna do is they're gonna start saying, let me see your card to verify. What they doing is, I saw in Walmart, this chick was she was like, I don't know what this coronavirus is gonna do, she's gonna be, so they getting cards. They getting people cards, they taking pictures of cards, they doing all kind of stuff. You gotta, I'm warning you now.
Thank you.
I'm warning you now, leave your cards at home. If you don't need them for anything.
What about the little ATMs that be in the gas stations and stuff?
Here's another thing. So the ATMs that be in the gas stations, that's why I said, you want to make sure that you got enough money out. Go to the bank. Stop being cheap. Go get you about 200. You know, get you about. I'm not saying pull your money out of the bank. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying get you a couple of money on hand, liquid, just in case. Get you about 200. Put it up. Don't tell nobody. You wanna use your cards in this hour as less as possible. It's serious, and it's finna in the next week from now. So write that date down to the next 14 weeks. It's finna get worse. Well, my aunt was calling me and was like, "Hey, I need a loan," and she never asked me for anything. I mean, you know, she my aunt. I'm like, "What you need a loan for?" She said, "Because everything you've been prophesying been come to pass." I said, "Well, auntie, y'all not listening. I'm just trying to help you."
just share something real quick. This is like so awesome because a friend of mine, her son works for Border Patrol,
Yes.
and they had a briefing, and he sent her a text message that she let me read on Friday that they're going to shut the banks down. Your cards and everything, and he was saying pull your money out the bank because you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, they not gonna do that, but they can't see a lot of things they can't do because it's not legal. So they're not gonna do that, but they mass manipulating the system.
Yeah.
They gonna you're gonna have people, corporations sending you cards. You gotta be careful because a lot of these cards gonna be a trick to get your information. If somebody call you, if the IRS will never call you, even when I need you guys to hear me. Come on, I need y'all to hear me. Okay, Lord, how else to say it? Because somebody not listening. You cannot take this for play. Even when you get your stimulus checks. And the stimulus checks are coming. They're going to give $1,000 to adults and $500 to kids. So if you got 4 people in your family, 4 adults is $4,000. If it's 2 adults and 1 kid, but here is when that stimulus check comes. You can't be like posting, talking about I got my If somebody even asks you, you don't even know what they talking about. One thing, what do you mean? Because you're going to have folks that's coming out of the woodwork to rob you. You want to take that check immediately to the bank and don't put it in a checking account. Gone already right now. You can open up. I walked it through my son. If you need me to walk you through anything, I will be more than happy to help you. But the best savings accounts is online. Get you 2. Go in that little bank. Get you $1 savings account right there. Get you $1 savings account. Go ahead, open it up. Put your money in that savings account, not in that checking. Don't open up you a savings account. And if you don't have one in the bank, you can open up one online and send your money. It's crucial that you open up a savings account and start because guess what? Guess what reads? Checking account reads, but savings accounts don't read, right? You work for the bank, right? They don't read. So I'm trying to help you. Put it in someone. They say, well, you got a savings account. I don't even have, you got to talk to that thing. What savings account? Don't put that down because the government don't want it back in 2 years. I don't even know what you're talking about. You get me? What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Amen.
Apostle, I had a savings account and I was...
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. I'm sorry. If you have kids and they get them kids that $500, don't go spending them kids $500. Put they in an account with the name on it. Even if you got to get your bigger kids account. I'm telling you, you're going to thank me later. Amen. Tell folks, hey, because you know how we put our money in.
Right. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Government going to track that money. So if you do, you write, it going to say for the household, write everybody's name on it. If you put it in your account, write your name on the back, sign your name, sign their name. Sign them, kid, because I'm telling you, it's real in the street. And then April the 6th, not exact date because the government playing games, but April 6th, they're going to send the $1,000, and then May 18th, they're going to send the next batch. And I heard from the government that they're working on the 3rd and 4th batch because they actually won't have a cure that the FDA gonna approve for a whole 18 months. So it's gonna they have no cure. Our president, which he's so smart, said give them the malaria virus serum and that should work. So they don't know what's gonna work. Even if something works, remember they're not gonna have They can test you to test you if you have it, but they cannot test you if you, to give you to stop it. That's what the problem is. And so what they're giving people that have the coronavirus is they telling you to take Tylenol, isolation, stay at home. Tylenol,
They
that's
said,
all.
don't take the ibuprofen, take the acetaminophen.
You gotta take the acetaminophen and Tylenol. Well, people get on my nerves, so I take Tylenol. Yeah, I'm sorry. I ain't gonna say that. I pump my system, cause that's all it is. I pump my system. I just didn't take my Tylenol today. Well, Deacon Outlaw will tell you. Apostle Bridget Outlaw take Tylenol. Keep any infections out your body. Just do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just suggesting. Just in case you want to call out Lord. I'm just suggesting. Yes. I'm sorry you had a question. I apologize.
The first thing I was gonna ask you about the stimulus checks, you said it's true.
Oh yeah, well the stimulus checks. Yeah, the stimulus checks are true. That is not a rumor. See, the government, I know for a fact that they already working on it. They gave the nation $1 trillion for the stimulus check. So they coming like a religion. But when you get it, it's when you get it. When you get it. You know the government gonna ask for it back in 2 years like they did before. I'm like, you gave it to me, you know I'm not gonna give y'all. So I'm not gonna give y'all money. Don't do what I do. I just did. I'm like, y'all better get out my face. I'm just saying.
His hand was up.
Go ahead.
Now, second part of the question.
No problem. I'm gonna answer everybody's question.
Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because somebody had told me, the girl told me, he said, Melvin, check the prepaid card. Because they sent some money out to some people already. I don't know how true that was.
No, it's true.
That's what I came in and asked you.
No, it's true.
She said, check the card.
But I mean, you don't want to just keep checking it. You know, it don't come. Let me just tell you, because see, then that makes you kind of vulnerable too. Let me just tell you. But a lot of it, they not gonna send checks. A lot of it, they gonna just start looking in your accounts. They gonna start, if you have direct deposit or you have it at a bank, you gonna just see anonymous $1,000. No, and it's gonna say U.S. Department of Treasury.
Because seeing as I say like this, I'm a veteran and I get I'm starting to get VA pension. They'll probably add it to that account since they already know the money.
Oh yeah, they are.
That's what I'm asking.
Like some, they gonna mail checks.
Right.
But because they need to get it by April 6th, they gonna put it in your account. So write this down, cause I need y'all. Cause I don't want you to say you didn't get it, cause it's gonna come from the United States Treasury. Whoever you got an account with, tell them it's coming from the United States Treasury. It's gonna say ain't gonna be no change. They're gonna say $1,000 if you got kids. You $500. It's gonna.
Well, how are they gonna compensate the people who are homeless?
Now, you know what? I'm not gonna get into that. Homeless don't even have address, and they won't. So this, I'm gonna tell you about that next, but I'm not gonna get into that right now because I gotta make sure I get everything in before my time up. Yes, sir.
I'm drop back.
Go ahead. No, and I'm gonna get her shit. We'll fall back and let you. Go ahead.
You were saying about the stimulus check.
Yes.
Filling something out.
Just when you sign, well, they gonna give some people paper checks, and some people they just gonna put in your bank. See, they can't find everybody. Everybody don't have direct deposit, so everybody don't even have bank accounts. So some they gonna send you a check out, and some they gonna put it in your bank. But you gotta make sure that you looking in your account and it says United States Department of Treasury. $1,000. Yes, ma'am.
How do they know who to give a check to?
Because they giving it to Americans. You American, they know. Well, they got to do this. So what they're going to tell you after this, they're going to tell you after they give it to you is to go ahead and go spend it. But here's the thing, everything closed, where to spend it at? You want to take that, put it in your savings, and pretend like you don't have it. And then I'll tell you something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to go back to what you were saying about the coronavirus, about them saying that there is a cure. There is no cure, and they were saying people were putting together false packets for the cure. They stopped the guy in the airport with a bunch of kits that said that you can get immunized.
Yeah,
or whatever.
you can't.
They don't even know what makes.
They don't even know what, so we're not gonna debate that.
Can I say one thing?
Wait a minute, I'm not gonna debate that because there is no cure. I'm telling you, the FDA, even if they do have a cure, it is going to take 18 months for the cure to be FDA approved. Only thing that if you go right now to the hospital right now, first they ain't gonna let you in.
Right.
So you can cough, you can do, they're gonna screen you and ask you these questions. But what they will do is they will take you in the back and they're gonna give you a bottle of water and Tylenol. And they're gonna tell you to go home and stay quarantined for 14 days. Anybody else?
I do have a quick question about the U.S. Census. I know they've been sending that out to everyone. Is that something that you suggest that we fill out? Because
really important, because if we don't fill out the U.S. Census, when they wrote me so many times, I got to go back home and fill it out. When you don't fill out the census, the money that the government is allocating to us, we don't get it because we don't fill out the census. While you isolated, go on, fill it out. You can do it online, you can do it in the barber shop, you got to fill it out.
On Dr. Oz, he said the thing that was closest to what's going to happen and what's going on is the movie Contagion.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, don't listen to that.
I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to follow my lead. Listen to whatever you want. But I'm just trying to, why I came, because I don't want nobody to be consumed. And I don't want nobody to be hurt. And I don't want nobody to be scared. And I don't want nobody to be bankrupt.
Amen.
See, by me being consulting for the government, and I'm a financial expert, I know. Not trying to lead you astray.
Amen.
But when we get the information first.
Amen.
Amen. Yes.
I had like at Chase, I had a savings and a checking.
Yes.
But because I was doing so many like transactions from my savings to my checking, they changed my savings to a checking.
Exactly.
So my question is, should I take, like, I don't know what the limit for a savings for Chase is. Should I take money?
Yes.
And put it back in the savings?
Yes, ma'am. You got to.
Okay.
You was just like, we do so many transactions, they convert, and you can convert back. So here's another thing which is important. This is another thing that is really important. Because of this coronavirus, corporations cannot, listen, force you to pay what you don't have. Write this down. I know for a fact. But you got to have the right language when you call them. Due to the pandemic, you don't have to say pandemic, whatever word for pandemic, somebody help me out. Due to the global outbreak of the coronavirus or COVID-19, however you want to say it. My job, we're in isolation and quarantine, so my job have closed down, or my business is not operating, and I would like for you to suspend my payments or put them on the back end for at least a month. Now a lot of these corporations saying they'll do it for a month. Some of you can put your car note. Now don't use these Trump cards if you don't need them, but if you want to stack you some money real quick, you can call all of your bills and say, hey, due to this coronavirus, ain't no money flowing. My job may come back, may not. So due to the epidemic, can you put everything on the back end? Now they'll tell you that your interest still gonna keep going. You don't really care. but you can be in suspense for up to 2 months. Car note, you can put it on the back end. Or you can say, but this is how you have to say it. They don't have to do it, so don't be cocky on the phone. Just say, due to the pandemic or the outbreak of this virus, call your light company, call the gas company, and tell them that due to this virus, your business ain't no money moving, and you just need a month of amnesty, or just till your job or something come back. Credit cards, you can do the same thing, but you have to convey to them, and they'll say, you know what, we can't do one time this, we can do one time that. Legally, they're supposed to give you 2 months. I'm not saying they are, because a lot of people saying that they was giving it to them, but not without a fight. It is what they supposed to do. What I tell my clients to do is go and use your Trump card and stack your money. And then next month, don't try to use it next month. At least you got 800 up, put it in your savings. Just keep stacking, because it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were actually giving away free Wi-Fi at the library.
I bet they was.
3 weeks, but you can keep it up to a year. You know, just little quirks that people, that they give away a lot of stuff.
That's true. They finna give away more stuff than that. That's it?
That's it right here. I went
Oh,
to the
that's
library.
What library they giving? Oh, the free.
Right here, Chicago line on Pulaski and through. I was standing by the store,
Close
and
the
the guy said,
libraries
they
now,
give
though.
away free Wi-Fi. I said, I don't need no free Wi-Fi. But I took this home, hooked it up to my phone, I was watching movies, I got it on my TV.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. Let's take a picture of that. Let's take a picture of it. Look what God, we're gonna help somebody. And you know what? If you call, and what's so good about it, if you call Netflix and you call
Netflix, I got Netflix.
Netflix, they gonna give you, yeah, Netflix. Now I had Netflix, and Netflix just gave me free.
I got it for 30
And I didn't even call them.
I called them.
They just sent me a text message say, because you use Netflix so much, my son them do it. My son get my code out to everybody in the world, so they think I'm using it, and they sent me a text series, everything, FM. You could, I mean, I'm not just telling you to milk it now. I ain't saying that. And don't be calling folks talking about apostate milk it. I just want y'all to help people.
I had done it on the card, and I called Netflix, and then they said, 30 seconds, your Netflix is on. I've been watching Netflix.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, because they want you to be in the house. Your credit cards, here it is. Car note is important. Mortgage, even if you are renting, you can ask the rental company, what kind of amnesty are they giving during this coronavirus? Some of them are, some of them not. But if you can get it, why not take it? Stack your money, because it's going to get worse.
Free lunches at the senior center.
We're not seniors, okay? Let's see. Walking Resource Center. So I need you guys to understand that. Did anybody have any questions before I go to my next? What time is it?
12:37.
Did you say because if you don't fill out the census, you won't receive?
Well, if the census as a whole is for everybody to fill it out, that's why money is not allocated to our communities, because they don't know we exist. Time is money, money time. Go ahead and fill it out. Amen. Any other questions about another thing? Now, this is what everybody better do. You better go ahead and write to that credit bureau and put a freeze on your credit. You already did? Oh, I know you did. And then when somebody needs you to take it off, you can go ahead on your phone, because they finna do you up. Go ahead and put that freeze. You can do it online. It's so easy to put a freeze on your credit that you don't want nothing come through unless they send you no email. You gonna thank you. You can do it online. Evangelist Krishana had to put a freeze, and then she took it off when she got a car. You put it right. She got it, taking it off, and you could take it off temporarily, and you put it right back on. You're going to thank me later. Cause they trying to do some stuff. I'm gonna have y'all so prepared.
What's the website? to do
I'll
that?
give it to you. Did everybody understand that?
So that's all.
I had a freeze on my credit because of a fraudulent activity. But when you say freeze your credit, that doesn't mean you can't use your credit card.
No,
Right?
it had nothing to do with it. It has to do with fraud.
Right.
If you have a credit freeze, then the credit bureau will not penalize you for things because it's not on, you put a freeze on it. Now, write this down. This is really important. It's called LIFE, LifeLock.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to spend your money on something, put it on LifeLock. LifeLock, what, $9.95? It is protection of your credit, of everything, of anything. So if you don't get your money back, LifeLock Insurance will pay you for it. Like when they tried to send my money, well, they did send my money. They sent my money about 15 years ago to China, overseas, Singapore. They wouldn't give it back to me. LifeLock insure you up to for $1 million. So if they don't give your money back, you get your money back through LifeLock. It's really important to get. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to ask related to the freezing your credit report. Do you do that with all three, or is there one central place?
No, you have to call TransUnion, Equifax, because what they do, they say that they'll put it on all three, but they don't control. TransUnion don't control Equifax. Equifax don't control. Please, Experian. Amen. You got to make sure you understand the right information.
Yeah.
Because they told me they would do it all three.
A lot of times they do, but you can. I work with credit. I had clients come and say, hey, they told me they were going to do all three, and guess what happened? They ain't going to do it. I mean, sometimes they do, but the majority of the time, because they three separate credit bureaus. TransUnion don't own Equifax, Equifax don't own Experian. You guys got that?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope you guys really understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Amen. Call them creditors. Start calling. Hey, I don't know when my check comes. You don't really know. Can ask for amnesty. Ask for student loans.
Yes, God.
Go ahead. And now what they're doing is President, what's his name? Trump. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, it just lost me. Forgive me, Holy Spirit. President Trump, yeah. President Trump declared what they really trying to do is wipe out student loan debt, period. So that's the bill that they trying to pass, that they're giving you amnesty, no more. But they ain't passed it yet. Don't hallelujah. Here is the thing. If you do have a student loan, look on your credit report to see how it's being reported. Because the average student loan credit report that I've seen, they reporting it wrong. And so they reporting it like you have 1,000 of them. You can make them consolidated into one. It's so many things that you can do. But if you do have a student loan, go ahead and get it. Even if you're paying it, go ahead and get forbearance or deferment. Go ahead and get it, but the interest still going. Even if you go ahead and get deferment on your car note, they're going to tell you that the interest still going to keep going. You already know that. But as long as they got this virus, you can declare amnesty on pretty much anything. Don't act like they have to do it. Because if you act cocky, they're not going to do it. But if you say you don't know when your job coming back, but they did say that this is going to be lifted when, they don't know, but they did say April what? 7. April 7.
That's not true.
It's not true, but you could just call and see. Now, if you don't need it, you don't have to do it. I'm not forcing you to do it. I'm not asking you to do it. I'm saying if you need a way out to stack some money.
Yeah. Will they ask like where you work at? Like
it don't matter. Even if they do ask, they already know. I mean, they can't really ask where you work at because they already affected our job, everybody know, it's public knowledge that even my husband's job, everybody's job is affected. If it ain't affected now, it will. So they won't ask you, legally they're not supposed to ask you where you work. Even if they actually don't mean that they know that you work the ins and outs of your job.
So if you have a student loan that is deferred, do you leave it alone or do you ask for amnesty?
No, you just keep calling them, making sure, hey, you need 12 more months after this, send you the papers. Because it's the problem. I'm telling you, with this coronavirus, it's not going to get better right now. So that's why I'm trying to help everybody stack what you can. It's going to get worse. Well, a lot of people, you're going to come and they're going to have to because a lot of jobs, state jobs, federal, your job is federal, right?
Yes.
His job is federal, so federal pays, state sometimes don't. It just depends on your job. Schools, they making it now where they ask Apple for all of these laptops because they not trying to get them bad kids back in that school. No time soon. No time soon. Really, real talk. So you got to really make sure that you are taking this about using it wisely. Another thing is to make sure that you ask for help everywhere. Even if you don't need it, that'll give you time. So you can save 2 months worth of light bill, 2 months worth of gas bill, car note a month, mortgage a month, something. You don't spend it and say, hey, I got over. That's not what I'm trying to help you. I hope you guys understand that. That is not what the pastor just told us. No, I'm just trying to get you ahead of the curve. Yes, ma'am.
I heard that President Trump is putting a freeze on the student loan interest.
Yes, that's true. He is. But guess what? When you call, they still, because see, my clients let me hear what these corporations saying. So because the lady called, I told her to call about her car note and tell them to put her car. So they was like, yeah, we can do that, but they asked her, and I was on, I said, put me on. So I texted her, put me on mute so they won't hear me. And so what they did was they did suspend her car note because they don't know if she work or not. They don't know when you coming back. They like, yeah, but as soon as y'all know when y'all job come. I said, tell them, just say you called them. And she said, okay, we can do it. We can give you 2 months, so that's gonna give her 2 months of car note that she could put in her savings for when it's gonna get real bad.
Right.
Did anybody hear that?
Yes.
I hope y'all understood what I said. I hope, some people don't get it misconstrued. I'm not trying to give you loopholes. I'm trying to save you from what's about to happen.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
What time we got? Okay, so, we didn't get the chicken yet, right?
And we still got like 15 minutes.
15 minutes, okay. So here it is. We're gonna, this is the thing. I need you guys to understand because you're gonna thank me later. If you ain't thanking me. You'll probably may not wanna say it, but you sure gonna thank me later.
Thank the Lord.
So I wanna give you guys this. This is really important. And then they're gonna get the chicken and then we're gonna start eating. I want everybody to take the mind map, which is important. Yes, ma'am, you have a question?
No, yes, because, so before you move into that, you still take questions, right?
Yes, I'm taking questions.
I'll
sit down.
probably had this question, but how does this affect, if you're already retired?
Well, it really don't.
How do I,
Well, you know what, if you already retired, you can, like some of your bills and stuff that's coming out, you can tell them because even though you're a bit, remember you retired, but you have businesses.
Right.
So because of this coronavirus and this social distance and social isolation, it affects your business. They don't know you retired. It affects your business.
okay.
So I need help with my lights and need help. I need your help.
Okay.
So you don't mention you're a retiree. I don't mention nothing. You mentioned you're a business owner. Hi, I'm a business owner and I work from home. And because of this virus, nobody want to come to my house. My business is suffering. Hey, give me a minute on my light, give me a minute. Because they can't cut nobody off doing this virus. But you still want to call. Say, hey, is it a payment? They sure got everything. Did anybody have any questions?
So, if you don't have an income coming in, then you're only stacking the money they're sending you?
Yeah. If you don't have income coming in, there's still a lot of jobs that's open now. There's still a lot of jobs. See, the jobs everybody ain't closed. You can start getting a job working from home. There's so many, and I got a list of 1,000 jobs from home. As a matter of fact, yeah, I won't give you my whole list, but I give, yeah, sure. You know, so, I mean, because you don't have any income, you coming in, you gonna see, it's gonna boom. Don't worry. I want everybody to look at this. So I want you to get a pen. This is really important. And then I'll get back to some money in a few minutes. But I want to get into the mind. Why is the enemy after the M's? Why is he after money, mind, and mentality? So look at this chart real quick. Look at everything. Think about what could be, and this is only for your own personal things. But as you look, I want you to ask yourself, what could be possibly in your mind that the enemy can possibly attack? So nobody have to see I want you to just start thinking, what could be in your mind that can cause the enemy? Is worry in your mind? Is any form of stress? Is anything that you haven't really got straight? Are you in bad negotiations with some people in your life? How good are you with your family? Are you in your relationship with everybody? How is your relationships? Are they good? Do you call folks? Do folks call you? What kind of rapport? I see 3 people. Come on, y'all got to take it serious because I saw 3 people finna get attacked. What's in your mind that can cause you to be attacked? Stress. You got problems with your boss. You ain't got something right with them. You got some level of unforgiveness. 2 people, you finna get attacked. Come on. Start writing. What could be possibly in your mind that the enemy can attack? See, when you spill it out, God can protect it. Think about it. Just think a minute. You don't have to show nobody. Do you have any type of tension in your mind? Yeah. Start writing. I mean, you know, nobody got to steal. You can write it either on your sheet or you can write it in your mind map. It's up to you. I just want you to reflect. What could be in your mind? Do you have everything right? So if you have everything right, you have no reason. He ain't going to attack. Do you have a good relationship with your with all your children? Is this something that you need to say? Or is it something that you don't need to say? Is it something that you need to tell them? Is it something that you need to not tell them? Is it something that you need to get a point across? Is it something that you need to, because that's how he attacked. Is it something that you need to tell somebody in the church?
My relatives are hitting me up for loans. So far, they owing me almost $600. I should just cut them off, right? Because I don't even know if they're going to pay me back.
Well, no, here it is. Look how you even said it. You don't want to cut them off because you helped them. But can you forgive them if they don't pay you?
Well, I can forgive them. I won't stay mad long, but
But you still, you mad. Okay, so put that in there. Some of you guys are not putting anything, and I see the enemy attacking. Come on. That's why the Lord told me that nobody have to see what you write. Do you have a spirit of self-affliction? You keep calling yourself dumb. You keep saying you're not smart. You keep saying you make stupid decisions. You keep banging and beating. Somebody, you got that. That's what the enemy, that's what God is showing me he's coming for. Do you have the spirit of unforgiveness? Have you not broken off a relationship that you should have told these folks to go a long time? Some of you guys are holding on to people that you were supposed to say bye Felicia a long time.
Would it be rude for me to ask them what they need the money for?
No, it'd be right for you to say I want my money.
I don't want to give them money for.
It's right for you to collect your money.
Normally I don't ask them, I just give it, but
why should you
telling
just
me
give
to
it?
ask them what you need it for.
Then you should put it in your mind, because that's what the
Alright.
enemy's gonna come
What
and
you need
attack
that
you.
money for?
I'm just telling you. Remember when you lost that money? Remember when? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm just trying to help you now.
Yep, they got
Maybe.
me. You right, I forgot
I
all
saw
about
you
that.
finna get got again,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, they got
And I
me.
know what you're saying is prophetic because
Yeah, they
the
sure
other
did.
day I had a
I forgot
smack
about
out, blow down in
Thank
my
God she
house.
was here, huh? 'Cause
And I was
truly
like,
forgot.
God, is this because I've never addressed it and I let stuff pile up?
Yeah, you said, and I'm glad you answered it, because the enemy want to attack you with that. You got, and some of you guys, your no mean yes and your yes mean no. You got it twisted. Elder Tina, your no mean yes and your yes mean no. That's in our brain. Some of you guys should be saying no instead of saying yes, and yes instead of no.
So Mom, how do you, I guess, okay, how do you command respect from someone that does not want to give it to you?
Then you have to have that conversation and say, let's talk about respect. Do you respect me? Yeah, I respect you. Show the person what areas they don't respect you in. Because you never tried to get it. Now all of a sudden they don't understand why you want it. They feel you don't deserve it. Are all of you guys getting the respect that you giving out?
No.
Are you getting the respect that you need? Come on, two of y'all. I see the whole. Don't let me start walking back there, walking to the yard.
I hear you.
I'm telling you where the enemy for the attack. I'm just trying to help you. Have you told your siblings what you need to tell them? Is there something that you need to say to parents? Our parents are people crossing boundaries they shouldn't be crossing.
Yes.
Right.
Do you have a child or a son, daughter that's crossing boundaries, and you need to maybe have a conversation about boundaries, even if you have to put it on a voicemail? Is there a conversation that you need to have about your life, and because of this coronavirus, you want to get closer? Come on. Is there some conversations that you need? Is there some conversations that you need that if something should happen to you? Have you had those conversations? Where's your insurance? Where are your major papers at? If you don't trust them, then you need to reevaluate what? What time is it? 12 again. Did everybody understand that?
Yes.
You need,
Yes.
This whole thing will be on Facebook later, because I want to reiterate.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm videotaping it,
Okay,
so you'll be held.
all right.
Mom, what if you tried to have the conversation several times, but you keep getting shut down? Or they get into a mood where they don't want to hear you. So they shut down for 2 and 3 days. So you cannot have a conversation with them after you've asked and have said what it is you need.
So here's the shutdown. That's what you should be putting on another list, that you gotta pray for shutdowns.
Okay.
Should there be a mediator?
sometimes a mediator will make it worse. Because a mediator, people that feel like they justified a mediator.
They don't take it serious.
Well, a mediator just make it worse. People with low self-esteem can't have mediators. Y'all, somebody need to write. You gonna figure it out. People with low self-esteem cannot have mediators. Write that down. Because they feel like they are under attack. And if they feel like they under attack, they either do one or two things. Because I'm the oldest, people believe because you're the oldest, you fight, you flight as the oldest. So you don't fight, you flight. We don't want to fight our siblings. How many of you're the oldest and we don't fight them? We don't, okay. We just not gonna fight. What we do? We let them do whatever they want to do, right? How many of you have siblings and you're the oldest of them? We don't fight. You're the oldest. We don't fight. We fight. We run. We don't want to fight. It's not necessary. So if you have a parent, look at this as the session order. If you have a parent that's the oldest, or if you have the parent that pretend like they're the oldest and act as the oldest, any mediator that you get is going to make it worse. It's going to make them feel like they are under attack. And when a person feels that they under attack, they are going to run. They're going to hide their hand. They are going to not show you their strategy. You're going to make it worse. You have to set boundaries. Everybody have to set boundaries in three areas. You have to set boundaries with your family, you have to set boundaries with your children, and you have to set boundaries with your finances. You must set boundaries.
That's good.
Boundaries. My son knows what boundaries that he should not cross with me. My mother didn't know, but my mother tried to pretend like I had to set boundaries. You have to set boundaries even with your spouses. There are just some things. Tell yourself there's some things you just don't do. There's some things you just don't say. There's some things you just don't cross. I don't have to tell my son what areas not to cross because we have these meetings about boundaries. Now he having these meetings with me about boundaries. Ma don't come in my house and not take off. Okay, yeah, you set them, I set them, but you obey mine, I obey yours. If you have no boundaries, you can't say whatever you want to say to me. I don't care who you are. Come on, tell somebody that's boundaries. You can't talk to me like I'm a dog. You can't talk to me like I'm a cat. You can't talk to me like my brain got frozen in the freezer. So this is why the mental attacks are happening, because there are things that are already pre-positioned in your mind. The enemy not using new stuff, he using what's already in your mind. So if you got generational problems, he using what's in your mind. If something happened to you at 14, he using that stuff that's already in your mind. I'm trying to help you.
Amen.
Any questions?
Good.
Yes, Mom. So if you have someone in your life that refuses and all of that to talk to you, when you set those boundaries, when you've told them repeatedly what your boundaries are, and you've already been very clear with that, but they tell you, well, I am above you, and so I can do what I want to do, and I can say what I want to say.
So here it is.
I'm dominant.
So I want you to write that down, when you lose control. So you lost. When I was in teachers college, the first thing they drilled in you is that what? You cannot lose control of your classroom. When you lost control of your business, when you lost control of your audience, when you lost control already, it's hard to establish. As a daughter, I had lost control with my mother a long time ago. I started trying to gain control, and the chick wasn't having it. She was like, I'll beat you down. I'll fight you, I'll scratch you. So here it is. I'm going to give you a secret. Some of you guys have already lost control. So you got to try to gain control. You've lost it. You know how you gain control?
Right.
Through this. You ready?
Yes.
Well, now you cannot go back and say, hey, you done this, you done this, you done this, you done that. Because write this down. What they hear is blame.
That's it.
Weak personalities and people with low self-esteem, even if it's your parents, only hear blame. That blame was attached to that sexual abuse. That blame was attached to getting married to the wrong man that they didn't love. That blame is attached to so many things that they can't hear that word blame. So what you can do, you have to just first set boundaries. Don't come in my room. Hey, my mother would come in my room and not knock. I'm a grown woman with and I'm married, and you don't even know what my husband is in the room doing. And so my mother didn't have, so my first boundary was I had lost control a long time ago. My mother just did whatever she wanted to do, said what she wanted to do. I gained control by setting boundaries. Mom, don't come in my room. Well, you come in my room. Yep, it's my house, but I knock on your door. Mom, you cannot let grown parents treat you like, well, if you give them permission, and a lot of times we have given our permission, that is what's wrong with the mind, because a lot of things we have given permission to without even knowing that we gave permission to.
They want no conflict.
Well, a lot of times it's not avoiding I'm avoiding the enemy battling my mind. The battleground is in the mind. That's why he's fighting the church. He feel like if I can get the church mind, the world mind so easy. Because I can get them through drugs, I can get them through alcohol, through illicit sex, through partying, through mind control, through that. But the church mind a lot harder. So what he does is he subtly come and look to see what's in your mind. And he just getting you what's your own stuff.
That's good.
That's why I'm trying to help you. Hope it's helping somebody.
Amen.
I wanted to say,
yes.
I understand thus far what you're saying. I don't know, maybe it's just me in my mind that when you use comparison, I understand the gender. It's say, well, the man, man. What about the man choosing the wrong one?
I've seen it. And I'm not using this. I'm gender sensitized, but I just use just generalizations. I've seen men. Listen to this. I've seen women marry. That's what's wrong with the church. See, you got so many women, they not happy with the man that they with. So here, they not after other men, but they after other things that they don't need to be getting in. And then you got so many men who don't even like them women. Sometimes you got to, I know people that's dating, they don't even like, I can come up to a man and I can tell that he don't even like the female. He just, I've seen it. I've seen husbands that don't even like the wives. And the wife just can't see it.
Right.
So she keep, it's called pacifying. So ask yourself, who are you pacifying? Who are you putting a pacifier in their mouth? Are you pacifying your children? Are you pacifying yourself? Are you pacifying your finance? Are you pacifying your relationship? I really don't want this relationship, so I'm going to keep sticking this pacifier in their mouth, telling the baby to shut up. I really don't want you, but I'm too scared to want something better because I've never seen it. Uh-oh.
That's good.
Yeah, said that.
Right, that's what it is.
That's why you got a lot of women keep going back to their ex.
That's good.
And keep going back to that which is familiar because I've never seen nothing better. I really don't. It's harder to say I really don't want that. I don't want them Doritos.
Right.
The world's saying I can have these Doritos for 30 years. I'm out because they want. Guess what? The central nucleus thing in your mind that I want everybody to put somewhere on that paper is you must be happy with your decisions. If you're not happy with your decisions, if you're not happy, I'm happy with the decisions that I make with my son. Because I made some good decisions. Nobody can tell me. Even if they were bad, those were decisions based on what I believe was right for what? My son. Come on, y'all. I made decisions even about my marriage. That was, guess what? Not decisions that was good for people, but decisions that was good for me. Because everybody got to come to the nucleus of being happy. That's why we don't have no happy people. If you step, that's what you want. That's what you know.
That's right.
I look at movies to laugh.
That's
Mom, anything to just have me happy.
That's good.
That's the nucleus. That's why the enemy is coming out. I see it.
Amen.
He's coming after the mind of America because what he see pornography, he see covenants, he said, I'm just going to turn their mind on. But I don't want him to turn y'all mind back on Jesus. Amen. How many of y'all believe God at this level? Amen. We just so in awe of God. How many of y'all really are in awe of God? Yes. That's how I know. If I go in your kitchen, I know what's in your mind. Two things that the enemy, he comes in your kitchen, and he comes in your bedroom, and he comes in the basement because he can figure out as familiar spirits what's in your mind is what's really in your heart.
This is some good stuff.
That's okay. You all right?
Yeah, it's just,
All right.
state problem.
I was listening to everything you said, the pastor, I remember the lady books, Dinosaur of the Mind.
Yes.
And sometimes I feel like I was doing that. I told you I was trying to get Netflix. I said, man, I'm dumb to do this shit. But I put that stuff in there, and the TV started walking. I said, why do you want all this shit?
That's what should have meant you.
It's called Dinosaur of the Mind.
It is, but you still battle. You battle because as a child you battle. And so you really had nobody to lift you up. And so you gotta listen to more positive affirmations. You gotta be around more, you try, but you gotta be around more positive people. You gotta stop this. You gotta stop the blame game. Everybody write that down. Stop blaming me. Stop blaming I didn't have a right teacher. Stop blaming I didn't have no people. Stop blaming my mama didn't know because she didn't know. She couldn't give you what she ain't got. That's what I keep telling my brothers. My brothers try to act like administrative assistant Carrie that I am their mama. Because I have a higher level of education. So they like B. Everything I say they like B. I'm not their mama. So they wanted to make it look like my mama only had a certain amount of intelligentsia. You cannot make people and expect, you keep going to empty wells. I was just keep going to an empty well. My family an empty well, I don't even try. Y'all keep going to empty wells. So you want water to come from a well that is empty, baby. Only way that well is going to get full is you got to be the well. You got to tell them like Jesus. Come to the well, meet me at the well. It's going down. And guess what I'm going to tell you when you meet me at the well? All them husbands ain't your husband. You gotta just start telling them that ain't your husband. That ain't your. What a marriage license?
Come on,
That ain't even your. You know that ain't even your kid. You got that kid from your sister. See, there was so many lies going on.
Yes.
So sometimes, you know what? After a while, I made peace. I had to make peace with my mother.
Right.
In the church, you either got people with mommy issues or daddy issues. Only two. That ain't true. Mommy issues is I had to make peace with my mother and admit that she just didn't have all that she needed to give me what I needed. Amen. Come on. That's what made me treat my spiritual mother so different. I realized that my mother, come on, some of y'all, you got to admit that the people in your life did not have everything so you know what? You didn't get it. you can start seeking it now.
Right, right.
Tell somebody it ain't never too late for you to get it. He said, he'll raise up people for you. If you're looking for a mother figure, he'll raise up people. He'll raise up people. He'll raise up father figures for you. It's never too late to get it.
Yes.
When Elizabeth come back, we're going to get ready to eat. But it'll never be too late. Tell somebody it's never too late to get it. Come on, it ain't never too late to get it. It's never too late. It's never too late. That's what I battle. That's what we battle. That's what we battle in churches. We battle wayward children. We battle bastards. Because if you don't treat your parents, you know, I have a spiritual daughter in Texas, and I love her because she just pick up on me. She a bad shit. Everything. But this is what I told her. She didn't know I've been knowing this about her. She had mommy issues. And so if you have mommy issues or daddy issues, you cannot really see your leader as a spiritual parent. Because you got to get them issues fixed. Because what you project on your parent, you'll project on me.
Yes, right. Amen.
True.
So a lot of times I can't be. It's a lot of people like Bishop. I love Bishop Don Adams because Bishop called me. And he always say, Mom, he said he told me in the ministry of Sister Carrie that his spiritual mother died. Now, Bishop, I know they older than me. They 70, ain't they? He called me Mom. He said, Mom, he said, the Lord told me to come under you because my spiritual mother died and I got to have a spiritual parent. And I'm sitting there looking like, I can't believe. I'm just telling you. I said this in my mind. I said, they can't believe. And the Lord said, through the great woman of God, that God raised me up as a spiritual mother no matter how old the person is. It is not about age. It's about the fortitude. It's about the wisdom. It's about the principles of a mother. Amen. So I accepted my role as a spiritual parent to whoever said, you know, but then the Lord showed me, he said, some of them you ain't going to ever be able to be a spiritual parent to because of what they've been through with their own parent, and they won't get that stuff fixed.
Amen.
You can never know what a real mother feels like if you don't let some old ideologies go from your past. Amen. So that's what the Lord wants us to do in this time of isolation, is to heal our minds. Write that down, heal our minds. Because there's going to be so many people going to, guess what? The mental institution. So many people are going to kill themselves during this time. So many people's minds just going to go bad. That's why I want to talk about money, mind, and mentality during these next upcoming weeks. Amen. And so we're going to continue. We'll have part 2 next week. Until the Holy Spirit tell me, but I have to give you guys what you need because I see the attacks. I know they're coming. How many of y'all believe God at this level?
I do. Amen.
How many of y'all really believe God at this level? Yes. And that's one of the reasons why I had to talk about money, mind, and mentality, because those are the things that the enemy finna really straight up attack. And so if you want, write this down real quick. While I ordered Popeyes, I want everybody to have a good time today. The Lord gave me bleeding while leading. Some of us are bleeding on our leadership. And so that's why he's using this time for us to heal. How could you bleed while leading? Because you're having some personal problems.
Believe or bleed?
Bleeding while leading. That's what's wrong. That's why he allowed the churches to close. Because the majority of them bleeding. And they bleed on their people. We don't want to come back to this church and bleed. If you're hurting, that's what I'm here for. If you need help, don't rationalize that I'm so busy. Like I hear people in this, Apostle so busy. I still talk.
He does.
Don't have nothing to do with it. Don't let the enemy distract you from saying that I'm so busy, because I'm not that busy where that is my job to help the sheep. Just because you leadership, some of you guys try to pretend like nothing is going on. And if you just need a hug, if you just need help, say, look, Pastor, I just need some help. Amen. Amen. Because we're all family, whether we want to be or not. We in this now. I'm not going nowhere until the Holy Spirit tell me to go. Amen. How many of you enjoyed what was said? Amen. How many of you can use this? How many of you can?
Yes, God.
Amen. We have we're done at this level because we did the vine, and so next week, if the Lord say we congregate together, we will do the we'll go back to money, because there's some other things that I couldn't give that I will give, some other information that I have that I will share. The book, I have my book. I'm so excited about it. Amen.
Amen.
Money principles. Amen. Money principles. Amen. Because I want the wealth transfer. It already happened. Amen. But I'm not selfish. I love for people to be blessed. Amen.
Amen.
I love for people to be blessed. Amen.
Amen.
It's exciting to me when you're blessed. Amen.
Amen.
So just keep doing what you're doing. Follow. Stay close to the base. Follow instructions. Amen.
Amen.
Don't be tempted to listen to all this crazy mess that's going on that'll drive you absolutely loopy and crazy. Amen. Keep praying. Amen. Because I know that the money transfer is already here. I just want to make sure that some of you, I want everybody to get it. Amen.
Amen.
So you know what? You can only get it through principles. Amen. He's not going to let you get it without the... Some people told me, they said, hey, I got the principles. They don't have the principles. Because it took him to download them in me while I'm asleep. Well, I'm always busy, but I do have the principles that He given me. I'm so grateful. Let's give God a hand. Amen. Book, I was trying to think of a cover, and He gave me. It looked. I just could see in my head all of these mathematical equations, all of these formulas. So I will be sharing with you for the next couple of weeks. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Just what God is saying. Amen. Because I want to make sure that we're not allowing what He's saying is on deaf ears. Amen. Did everybody enjoy what they heard?
Yes.
Did everybody enjoy what they heard? Amen. And it's going to be more things I'm going to do. More demonstrations, just all kind of things. Whatever He tell me, amen. And this is what He gave me at this level. I'm excited. We're waiting on Elizabeth. She's going to bring the Popeyes. And so, administrator, we're going to eat it in a few minutes. Administrative assistant, Alan is going to close us out. It's offering. It's seed and harvest time, amen. Even in this time of trouble, amen. What should we be doing? We should still be giving, amen. What should I render? If you have a job, you have finances, it is lawful to pay tithes, amen. It's not unlawful, amen. When you keep saying, I'm not going to give to God, and then you believe He's going to keep giving to you, amen, it's not going to happen, amen, because the law says that we should tithe. What does the law say about offering? The law says